I recognize the member from Clay, Representative Keeler.
Well, I'm definitely going to cry, so I'm sorry. I'm not even going to pretend. So I've written a bunch of different versions of a speech, and I'm just glad I even wrote one because there's a lot of things that I want to say. This room looks very different the last time I'm in it from the first. We're the Corona class, and we are built different. I remember walking into this place for the very first time in my ribbon skirt and my moccasins, and Paul Cummings was with me. And there wasn't anybody else in this room. Gotta watch my speech, I wrote this. And I remember being in awe of this place. You know, as a little girl, I wasn't invited here. This wasn't a place that people said I could grow up to do this work. And I remember standing right there at that door, and I took a picture of the very first step on this house floor. Because the Corona class, we did a campaign behind Zoom screens. I remember when I decided to run, my oldest son and I were making sure our neighbors had food. You know, we ran a different kind of campaign. Healthcare, we were really worried about it. We saw the murder of George Floyd, and for some of us, that rocked us. There's always this moment in life when you realize, I gotta do just a little bit more. We all have it, right? There is that moment in life when Creator tells us it's time to step up. And I remember thinking, and I watched all my friends during that time get really loud on social media. And I remember saying to myself, I didn't want to be a mom that just bitched on Facebook. I wanted to be a mom that could look my kids in the eye and tell them I did everything I possibly could to make this world a better place for you. And I know I did that. I know I did that. My kids know I did that. I wasn't built to be a politician. Over the last 6 years, I realized even more this place was not created for people like me. I came in as a mom, a community member who just genuinely wanted to do good. I was confident in my brown brilliance, my love for lifelong learning, and my vision to lead with love. Many of you have heard my story about receiving my master's degree, and during my practicum, I asked the question, what were the barriers to academic success outside of academic rigor? Representative Bakeberg has heard that 1 million times. And the top answers were, and the answers were the same in many communities, and they've stayed the same for many years. It was the lack of representation. It's not just important for kids like me to see teachers like me. It's actually more important for people like you to see teachers like me. Our kids didn't have a place to stay. They were hungry, and they were begging for ongoing mental health supports. Our kids needed somebody to come here and fight for them, and from the minute I stepped my foot in this door, I have worked committed to those values. If any of you have paid attention to the work that I've done here, it's been to say to those kids and those families, I heard you. There hasn't been a day that I haven't realized how much of a true honor it is to be in this place. For some of you, I do know this work is pretty easy. You stay for decades. It's no big deal. Financially, this is just a hobby for you. For some of us like me, an Indigenous queer woman from the west side of Minnesota, this path has required a whole different level of grit, determination, and resilience. Growing up, I didn't see anybody who looked like me in any roles, like teachers, doctors, nurses, bankers, you name it. I didn't see people who looked like me, and subliminally that told me I just didn't belong in these places. My 6 years here, and the Indigenous leaders who sat in this exact seat before me. Our voice matters. It matters that we're here. We've made a difference. Minnesota is better because of us. And I invite you to continue to invite more of us to sit alongside you, to do this work with you. Indigenous people come with a beautiful understanding of this world and how we're supposed to work in unison together. To the younger version of myself, and maybe to the Native youth out there that are listening, keep showing up. Even when they tell you you don't belong. The tactics to make you invisible are only because they're afraid of your brilliance. Your pure existence will make people big mad. But lean into your power of resilience. Remember, laughter is medicine. Tears are an honest part of generational healing. And smudge when things feel hard. You smudge before football games. I've said no representatives are the best version of themselves without our staff. We know we all have those special staff who sit with us and help us think through those really big ideas. They tell us, truthfully, if we're completely out of our mind, or they get in the trenches to make history. And we all know those staff, right? We all know those staff. I had staff that I believe helped us make historical change around investing in homelessness. And I want to take a minute to just talk about that. My first term here, I had the honor of serving as the vice chair of preventing homelessness with Chair Gomez. Though our communities may look very different, our hearts to end homelessness align so clearly. We took the things we learned, the real life stories, and we took them to new tables, and we have done our work. Little did I know that that chair and vice chair combo would grow into something so much bigger than this work. Gomez, thank you. Thank you for being my rock in this place. Thank you for helping to show up for my kids. I could go on, but truly just thank you for being you, and thank you for loving me. In every table I've sat at, I've had the privilege to have Molly Peterson have my back. Sean Herring will run anytime I text him. Sean Herring will turn around in the middle of the night when I say, we need Sean Herring in this room to help us fix a problem. And I know they're not like my staff, but y'all, they're my staff. They're my friends. And we've invested in our solutions together. We made the Pathway Home Act, and we know we're saving lives. Lean into your staff, lean into their brilliance, allow them to challenge you. Don't think that you know everything, because we all know we absolutely don't. But the best part of this team is a leader who knew who needed to be paired together. This part's hard to talk about, but it's required. My forever speaker, or as I like to call her, Speak. Thank you for believing in me. I'm sorry. I brought my own Kleenex. For the first time, thank you. Thank you for believing me. Indigenous invisibility is real. But Melissa saw me. She really saw me. And I want to share a story that I don't know people know is really public, and quite frankly, I don't give a damn. But in 2020, when I got endorsed, I was running against other people in my community. There was a city council member who people thought just for sure was the better choice, that there was no shot that a person like me could win. And ironically, I've heard that story more recently as well. And the leader of this party reached out and asked Melissa to endorse against me, saying a queer Native woman could never win in Greater Minnesota. Well, joke's on him, because here I am. But more than that, Melissa stood up. That's what true allyship looks like. She didn't care. She saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. And to be quite honest, looking around, definitely feels like we have enough mediocre white guys doing this job. Y'all needed my brown brilliance here. Sorry, guys. And so I'm so grateful for, I was meaning this row right here. Oh, I'm not even sorry. Okay. Okay, let me pull it together. To the ALs, we did a job none of us signed up for. But I know Creator put us together for a reason, and we collectively did the hard work. I see you. And I am so grateful to be in the work with you. To the Native Caucus, be bold, be brave. Tribal state relations is an action. And this caucus is required to continue to do that and maintain these relationships. To 4A, to my senator, thank you for picking me. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for trusting me. As the only Democrat from the entire west side of the state, if you looked at a map, it's a sacrifice. It's a different kind of sacrifice, y'all. I've been away from my home for 22 straight days to stay here to do this work for Minnesota and for you. The distance, the weather, the consecutive nights away from my home, my kids, the loneliness of living in a hotel, it all takes a toll on a person. Please continue to fight for the importance of the entire state to show up. Please make sure you don't schedule things early on a Monday morning, because when we have to get up at 5 a.m. to drive here, we're not our best selves. We can only do this job when we have a village of love. Jay, thank you for being the most amazing human. I could never do this job without you helping to take out the garbage, watering the plants, going to the track meets, making sure that home base knows that it's taken care of. To my mom, who's watching, she couldn't make it. Thank you for teaching me the importance of showing up and working hard every day for our people. You broke glass ceilings and you taught me to do the same. But most importantly, to my boys, you are my why. Elliot, DJ, you are the reason I'm here. DJ, I'm your forever biggest fan, dude. Y'all don't know my kid. He's got some amazing things going on. He was a 3-sport athlete in high school, and I never missed a day of work here, but more importantly, I would leave and drive the long hours to never miss one of his games. It's important that being here, we remember who we are in our lives as well. I was a stellar legislator, but I never dropped the ball being a mom. To my sweet Elliot, hi. I know the long days away from each other is really hard on us. But like we talk, Mommy's doing really good work for our neighbors that matter. Coming home to your hugs after these long weeks is the only medicine I need. Your smile, your heart of pure love is the proof that I know the future generation is the hope and the healing that we all deserve. I'm excited to go to powwows with you. I'm excited to puzzle with you, picnic and read our books. A few pieces of advice before I leave you. Remember, we are grieving. We have to take care of ourselves before we take care of anybody else. And we have been on a grind. We have got to take care of ourselves, and that's okay. Find slivers of commonality. I've worked across the aisle genuinely to try to find good solutions that all of Minnesota deserves, and that matters, and we cannot let these party lines divide us like they do. There's good work to be done together. As a chair, always bring your vice chair along. Maybe you'll be the next Gomez Keeler makeup. Spend time with unlikely friends. They matter. And don't forget about Greater Minnesota. Make sure you keep that remote testimony, because that matters. It matters that our voice is heard. And last, y'all know it, drink water. Thank you for the opportunity of a lifetime. It's time to rest. I'm gonna go be the best plant mom I can be. Take care of each other. Wopira.